Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a deep dive into one of America's most fascinating modern coins. Coin number 1. Have you ever imagined that a modern 2020 Kennedy half-dollar with the P mint mark could become one of the most talked about coins among collectors? We're taking an in-depth look at the 2020 with P Kennedy half-dollar, a coin struck at the Philadelphia Mint that has attracted the attention of numismatists because of its limited collector distribution and the possibility of valuable error varieties. If you've recently discovered a 2020 Kennedy half-dollar in a coin roll, collection, or inherited coin set, you may be wondering whether it could be worth far more than its 50-cent face value. In this video, we'll explore the history of this beautiful coin, its design, mintage, rarity, grading standards, valuable mint errors, collector demand, and what makes certain examples sell for impressive prices. Keep watching until the end, because you might learn exactly what features to check on your own coin. While claims of a $90,000 value generally apply only to extraordinary, one-of-a-kind error coins or exceptionally rare certified specimens rather than an ordinary very fine coin, understanding what makes a coin valuable is essential. The Kennedy half-dollar was first introduced in 1964 as a tribute to President John F. Kennedy after his assassination in 1963, designed by Gilroy Roberts on the obverse and Frank Gasparro on the reverse. The coin has remained one of America's most recognizable coins for decades. The 2020 with P version continues this historic tradition, displaying Kennedy's portrait on the front and the presidential seal on the reverse. Unlike many earlier Kennedy half-dollars that circulated widely, the 2020 issues were primarily sold by the United States Mint in collector rolls and bags, rather than entering everyday circulation in large numbers. This has helped preserve many examples in high grades and increased collector interest. If your coin is graded as very fine, it still retains significant design details despite moderate wear. Kennedy's hair will show noticeable detail, the lettering will remain bold, and the eagle on the reverse will display much of its original design. However, the highest prices are generally paid for coins graded mint state, especially those certified by major grading services. Even so, collectors still enjoy assembling complete date and mint collections, making every condition desirable for different reasons. One of the biggest reasons collectors search for the 2020 with P Kennedy half-dollar is the possibility of mint errors. Error coins can include doubled dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, broad strikes, struck-through errors, or dramatic misalignments. These mistakes occur during the minting process and can transform an ordinary coin into a highly collectible rarity. The more dramatic and well-preserved the error, the greater the potential value among collectors. Another important factor affecting value is rarity combined with condition. Although millions of 2020 with P Kennedy half-dollars were struck, only a tiny percentage survive in flawless condition. Coins receiving elite grades from professional grading companies become much scarcer than their total mintage suggests. Registry collectors compete fiercely for the finest known examples, creating strong auction demand whenever top-quality coins appear for sale. When examining your own 2020 with P Kennedy half-dollar, use proper lighting and a magnifying glass. Look carefully at the date, the P mint mark, Kennedy's portrait, and every letter around the rim. Check the reverse for unusual doubling, missing details, cracks, or other striking abnormalities. Never clean the coin because cleaning almost always reduces collector value. Collectors also recommend storing valuable coins in protective holders or capsules to prevent scratches, fingerprints, and environmental damage. If you believe your coin has a significant mint error or is in exceptional condition, consider submitting it to a professional grading service. Authentication and grading can greatly improve buyer confidence if you decide to sell. Many people assume every old or modern Kennedy half-dollar is extremely valuable, but the truth is that value depends on a combination of rarity, condition, certification, and unique characteristics. An ordinary circulated 2020 with P Kennedy half-dollar is generally worth close to face value, while unusual error coins or superb certified examples can command much higher prices. Stories of coins selling for tens of thousands of dollars usually involve exceptional mint errors or top population certified pieces rather than standard circulation strikes. Coin number 2. Have you ever wondered whether an ordinary-looking 1971 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark could actually be hiding in your coin collection with the potential to become a collector's dream? The 1971 Kennedy half-dollar struck at the Philadelphia Mint, identified by the absence of a mint mark. This coin represents an important milestone in U.S. coin history because it was the first circulating Kennedy half-dollar struck in copper-nickel, clad after the mint ended the 40% silver composition used from 1965 through 1970. Millions of these coins were produced, but collectors continue searching for exceptional examples with rare mint errors, outstanding preservation, or unusual striking characteristics that can make them far more desirable than ordinary pieces. While stories sometimes circulate about examples selling for $109,000, such prices would generally require an extraordinary mint error or an exceptionally rare certified specimen rather than a typical very fine coin. The obverse of the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar features the famous portrait of President John F. Kennedy designed by Gilroy Roberts, while the reverse displays the presidential seal created by Frank Gasparro. Because this coin has no mint mark, it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which did not place a P mint mark on Kennedy half-dollars during this period. The coin weighs approximately 11.34 grams and is composed of outer layers of copper and nickel bonded to a pure copper core, giving the edge its distinctive copper-colored stripe. This new composition marked a major transition in American coinage, following the removal of silver from circulating half-dollars. If your 1971 Kennedy half-dollar is in very fine condition, many important design details remain visible. Kennedy's hair still shows moderate definition, the ear and jawline remain distinct, and most of the lettering is bold and easy to read. On the reverse, the eagle's feathers and shield are still identifiable despite moderate circulation wear. Although very fine coins are popular with collectors building affordable sets, the highest auction prices are usually reserved for flawless mint state examples certified by professional grading companies. One of the most exciting aspects of collecting the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar is searching for mint errors. Collectors carefully inspect these coins for doubled dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, broad strikes, die cracks, struck-through errors, missing clad layers, and other unusual production mistakes. Since 1971 marked the first year of the new clad composition, unusual striking errors from this period attract considerable interest. Coins displaying dramatic and easily visible mint errors can command significant premiums over ordinary examples. Although more than 155 million Philadelphia examples were struck, the vast majority entered circulation and experienced years of everyday use. High-grade survivors with exceptional eye appeal are much less common than the original mintage suggests. Registry collectors often compete for the finest certified examples, driving prices higher for coins receiving elite grades from respected grading services. This is why condition plays such a critical role in determining value. If you own a 1971 Kennedy half-dollar, examine it carefully under bright lighting with a magnifying glass. Look closely at the date, Kennedy's portrait, the lettering, and the reverse eagle for signs of doubling, die cracks, unusual surfaces, or striking abnormalities. Never clean the coin, since cleaning almost always lowers its collector value. Store it in a protective holder or capsule to prevent scratches, fingerprints, and fingerprints and environmental damage. Many beginning collectors mistakenly believe that every old Kennedy half-dollar is worth thousands of dollars. In reality, most circulated 1971 Philadelphia coins trade for modest premiums over face value, while exceptional values are usually associated with remarkable mint errors or top-grade certified examples. Understanding rarity, preservation, grading, and collector demand is the key to identifying truly valuable coins. Coin number 3. The 1967 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark sitting in a forgotten coin jar or family collection could be worth a fortune struck during a unique period in U.S. mint history. If your coin has developed a dark or black-toned appearance over the years, you may be curious whether that unusual color affects its desirability. In this video, we'll uncover the history behind this remarkable coin, explain its design, composition, rarity, grading, collector demand, valuable mint errors, and the characteristics that can make certain examples extremely valuable. While stories sometimes mention an $185,000 market value, such prices would generally apply only to exceptionally rare error coins or top-graded certified specimens, rather than a typical circulated coin with dark toning. Understanding what truly creates value can help you determine whether your coin deserves a closer look. The Kennedy half-dollar was introduced in 1964 to honor the memory of President John F. Kennedy following his tragic assassination in 1963. Designed by Gilroy Roberts on the obverse and Frank Gasparro on the reverse, it quickly became one of the most beloved coins ever produced by the United States Mint. The 1967 Kennedy half-dollar was struck during a period when the Mint temporarily removed mint marks from circulating coins to discourage coin hoarding. As a result, every 1967 Kennedy half-dollar was produced without a mint mark, regardless of the mint facility. This historical detail makes the coin unique among Kennedy half-dollars and an important part of every collector's collection. The 1967 Kennedy half-dollar is composed of 40% silver and 60% copper, making it one of the last Kennedy half-dollars to contain significant silver before the transition to copper-nickel-clad coins in 1971. Because of its silver content, these coins have remained popular with both collectors and precious metal investors. Many examples were saved shortly after release, but countless others entered circulation and experienced years of wear, creating a wide variety of conditions available today. If your coin is in very fine condition, the major design elements remain clearly visible. Kennedy's hair still displays moderate detail, the facial features remain well defined, and the lettering around the rim is bold and readable. The reverse shows the presidential seal with noticeable feather details on the eagle, despite moderate circulation wear. If the coin has developed a black appearance, this is often the result of natural toning caused by decades of exposure to the environment. Natural toning can sometimes enhance collector appeal, especially if the colors are attractive and evenly distributed. However, dark toning by itself does not automatically make a coin more valuable. Collectors generally prefer coins with original surfaces that have not been cleaned or artificially altered. One of the biggest reasons collectors continue searching for the 1967 Kennedy half-dollar is the possibility of discovering valuable mint errors. Some of the most desirable errors include doubled dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, struck-through errors, missing design elements, broad strikes, and dramatic misalignments. These unusual production mistakes occurred during the minting process and can transform an otherwise ordinary coin into an extraordinary collector's item. Because every error is unique, the rarity and visibility of the mistake often determine how much collectors are willing to pay. When examining your own 1967 Kennedy half-dollar, use a magnifying glass under bright lighting. Carefully inspect Kennedy's portrait, the date, the lettering, and the reverse eagle for signs of doubling. Unusual lines, die cracks, or other striking abnormalities. Also, examine the edge of the coin for any missing clad layers or irregularities. Never clean your coin, even if it appears dark or tarnished. Cleaning almost always reduces collector value because it removes the original surface that collectors prize. Professional grading plays an important role in determining a coin's market value. Services such as PCGS and NGC evaluate authenticity, condition, strike quality, luster, and overall preservation. High-grade certified examples often bring much stronger prices than raw coins because buyers have confidence in the independent assessment. If you believe your coin displays an unusual mint error or exceptional preservation, professional grading may be worth considering. Although millions of 1967 Kennedy half-dollars were produced, the finest surviving examples remain highly desirable among advanced collectors. Registry-set collectors compete for the highest-graded specimens, while error coin enthusiasts search for dramatic minting mistakes. This combination of historical significance, silver content, collector demand, and the possibility of rare errors continues to make the 1967 Kennedy half-dollar one of the most popular modern American coins. Coin number 4. The 1974 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark, dollar struck at the Philadelphia Mint, identified by the absence of a mint mark. At first glance, this coin may seem like an ordinary 50-cent piece, but collectors across the United States continue searching for exceptional examples because of their historical significance, beautiful design, rare mint errors, and outstanding condition. If you've recently discovered a 1974 Kennedy half-dollar in an old coin collection, a family inheritance, a bankroll, or even loose change, you may be asking yourself whether it could be worth much more than its face value. In today's video, we will explore the fascinating history of this coin, its design, metal composition, grading, valuable mint errors, collector demand, and the features that make certain examples highly sought after. While stories sometimes claim that a 1974 Kennedy half-dollar is worth $107,000, values at that level would generally require an exceptionally rare mint error or an extraordinary certified specimen rather than a typical very fine coin. Understanding what truly makes a coin valuable is the key to identifying a hidden treasure. The Kennedy half-dollar was first introduced in 1964 as a tribute to President John F. Kennedy following his tragic assassination in 1963, designed by Gilroy Roberts on the obverse and Frank Gasparro on the reverse. It quickly became one of the most recognizable and admired coins in American history. By 1974, the Kennedy half-dollar had transitioned completely to a copper-nickel-clad composition, replacing the earlier 40% silver alloy that had been used through 1970. The 1974 Kennedy half-dollar, without a mint mark, was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which at that time did not place a P mint mark on circulating half-dollars. This simple detail allows collectors to identify Philadelphia issues immediately. If your coin is in very fine condition, it still displays a significant amount of original detail despite moderate circulation wear. Kennedy's hair retains noticeable definition, his facial features remain sharp, and the lettering around the rim is bold and easy to read. On the reverse, the presidential seal remains attractive, with much of the eagle's feathers, shield, and olive branches still visible. Very fine examples are popular among collectors because they combine affordability with attractive eye appeal and historical character. One of the most exciting aspects of collecting the 1974 Kennedy half-dollar is searching for valuable mint errors. Error coins continue to attract tremendous interest because every mistake created during the minting process is unique. Collectors carefully inspect their coins for doubled dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, broad strikes, struck-through errors, missing clad layers, rotated dies, and dramatic misalignments. These unusual production errors can significantly increase collector demand, especially when they are dramatic, easily visible, and professionally authenticated. Although millions of 1974 Kennedy half-dollars were produced, relatively few survive in outstanding condition. Most entered circulation immediately and accumulated years of wear through everyday commerce. High-grade survivors with exceptional luster, sharp strikes, and minimal contact marks are considerably scarcer than the original mintage suggests. Registry collectors compete aggressively for the finest certified examples, and this competition often drives auction prices much higher than those of ordinary circulated coins. If you own a 1974 Kennedy half-dollar, examine it carefully under bright lighting, using a quality magnifying glass. Inspect Kennedy's portrait, the date, the lettering, and every detail of the reverse for doubling, unusual lines, die cracks, missing design elements, or other striking abnormalities. Also inspect the edge of the coin for irregularities that might indicate a missing clad layer or another mint error. Never clean your coin, even if it appears dull or tarnished. Cleaning permanently damages the original surface and usually reduces collector value. Proper storage is another important factor in preserving collectible coins. Experienced numismatists recommend storing valuable coins in protective holders, archival quality flips, or hard plastic capsules to protect them from scratches, fingerprints, moisture, and environmental contamination. If you believe your coin has an unusual mint error or appears to be in exceptional condition, professional grading by respected companies such as PCGS or NGC can provide authentication, establish an official grade, and improve buyer confidence if you ever decide to sell. The 1974 Kennedy half-dollar remains an important chapter in the history of American coinage. It represents the continuing legacy of one of America's most admired presidents, while reminding collectors of an era when the half-dollar still played an important role in everyday commerce. Whether you're a beginner searching through pocket change or an experienced collector building a complete Kennedy half-dollar set, every 1974 Philadelphia issue deserves careful examination because hidden treasures can appear where you least expect them. The next remarkable discovery could already be sitting in your collection, waiting to be recognized. Coin number 5. Have you ever imagined that a 1964 with D. Kennedy half-dollar with beautiful brown toning could become one of the most fascinating coins in American numismatics? The legendary 1964 Kennedy half-dollar with the D mint mark, struck at the Denver Mint during the very first year of Kennedy half-dollar production. This historic coin is far more than just another 50-cent piece. It represents a turning point in American history, honoring President John F. Kennedy only months after his tragic assassination in 1963. Because it was the first year of issue and the only regular circulation Kennedy half-dollar struck in 90% silver, collectors around the world continue searching for outstanding examples. If your coin has developed a rich brown-toned appearance, you may be wondering whether it is simply natural aging or a sign of something special. In this video, we'll uncover everything you need to know about the 1964 with D. Kennedy half-dollar, including its history, design, silver composition, grading, collector demand, valuable mint errors, and the characteristics that make certain examples extremely desirable. While stories sometimes mention prices as high as $190,000, such extraordinary values would generally be associated with exceptionally rare mint errors or elite certified specimens rather than a typical circulated coin with natural brown toning. The story of the 1964 Kennedy half-dollar began shortly after the assassination of President John F. Kennedy on November 22, 1963. The United States Mint moved with remarkable speed to replace the Franklin half-dollar with a new design honoring the late president. Sculptor Gilroy Roberts created the obverse portrait of Kennedy, while Frank Gasparo designed the reverse featuring the presidential seal. The public immediately embraced the new coin, and millions of Americans saved them as keepsakes instead of spending them. This enormous public interest made the 1964 Kennedy half-dollar one of the most famous coins ever issued by the United States Mint. The D mint mark located on the reverse of the coin, to the left of the olive branch near the bottom, identifies the coin as having been struck at the Denver Mint. During 1964, the Denver Mint produced hundreds of millions of Kennedy half-dollars to satisfy overwhelming public demand. Even though the mintage was large, collectors continue searching for exceptional examples because many coins entered circulation, suffered wear, or were improperly stored over the decades. One of the most attractive features of the 1964 with D. Kennedy half-dollar is its 90% silver composition. Each coin contains approximately 3,617 troy ounces of pure silver, making it valuable not only to collectors but also to precious metal investors. Unlike later copper-nickel-clad Kennedy half-dollars introduced in 1971, the 1964 issue represents the last regular circulation half-dollar struck with a full 90% silver composition. This historical importance alone keeps demand consistently strong among collectors. If your coin is described as having a brown condition, it often refers to natural toning that has developed after decades of storage. Silver reacts with sulfur and other elements in the environment, producing a variety of colors ranging from golden brown and amber to deep blue, violet, gray, or nearly black. Natural toning is appreciated by many collectors because it demonstrates originality. Beautiful, evenly distributed brown toning can enhance eye appeal, while artificial toning is generally much less desirable. Learning to distinguish natural toning from artificial color is an important skill for every serious coin collector. If the coin is in very fine condition, Kennedy's portrait still shows substantial detail despite moderate circulation wear. His hair retains noticeable definition, the ear and facial features remain clearly visible, and the lettering around the rim is bold. On the reverse, the eagle's feathers, shield, arrows, olive branches, and surrounding stars remain well defined, although the highest points display moderate wear. Very fine examples continue to be popular among collectors because they provide an attractive combination of affordability and historical character. One of the biggest reasons collectors continue searching for the 1964 with D. Kennedy half dollar is the possibility of discovering rare mint errors. Some of the most valuable examples include doubled dies, repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, broad strikes, die cracks, struck-through errors, lamination errors, missing design elements, and dramatic die breaks. Every mint error is unique because it results from an unusual event during the manufacturing process. The more dramatic and visually impressive the error, the greater the collector interest and potential market value. Professional grading is another critical factor in determining value. Companies such as PCGS and NGC carefully examine every coin for authenticity, surface preservation, strike quality, luster, eye appeal, and overall condition. Coins receiving the highest mint state grades often command remarkable prices because they are among the finest known examples. Registry set collectors compete intensely for these elite coins, creating strong demand whenever an exceptional specimen appears at auction. If you own a 1964 with D. Kennedy half dollar, examine it carefully using a magnifying glass under bright lighting. Look closely at the mint mark, the date, Kennedy's portrait, and every detail of the reverse. Search for unusual doubling, die cracks, striking abnormalities, or other features that separate your coin from ordinary examples. Pay close attention to the original surfaces and avoid cleaning the coin under any circumstances. Cleaning removes the natural patina and original luster, often reducing collector value significantly. Even a beautifully toned coin can lose much of its desirability if it has been improperly cleaned. Proper storage is equally important. Experienced collectors recommend using archival quality coin holders, hard plastic capsules, or certified slabs to protect valuable coins from scratches, fingerprints, moisture, and environmental damage. Preserving the original condition of a coin today can have a significant impact on its future value. If you enjoyed this in-depth look at the 1964 with D. Kennedy half dollar E, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another rare coin story. Share this video with your fellow collectors and let us know in the comments if you've ever discovered a beautifully toned Kennedy half dollar or an exciting mint error. Your next coin hunt could reveal a hidden treasure waiting to be recognized. Thank you for watching, happy collecting, and we'll see you in the next video.